Hello, everybody, and happy
Hello!
season finale of
Happy holidays
season 4 of
of
John Talks to
John Talks to
Lamb,
Lamb.
Lamb Talk to John. We're back. I know we missed like 2 weeks, but
It's not my fault.
it's been crazy. Yeah, I think I can shoulder the blame on that one. It always gets crazy around the holidays, and there's not really anything that I could do about it. I go into survival mode. A lot of people, right, they work, and then when the holidays come around, they like to decompress. It's kind of the opposite for me. I decompress at work because the holidays are so stressful.
Family, you know?
Oh, man. I mean, we had a party that was probably 30 people in this house, and that's
Good lord.
kind of a lot of people for me.
That's a lot of people. That's a whole class worth of people.
Yeah, and that's only part of my extended family. We got a big group. But yeah, so Isaiah was just apologizing to me about sounding bad. I also have to apologize about sounding bad.
Yeah, apologies. If I sound disgusting, I'm getting over some sickness right now. There's like a flu / new virus going around right now. That's pretty bad. But it hit me, but not like terribly. But I hate getting sick in general, and usually when I get sick, I'm down for the count. And so whenever I get like allergies or sinus congestion, things like that, people were like, "Oh my god, are you getting sick?" I'm like, no, this ain't sickness. Trust me. Because last time I got like, last time I got like for real sick, I had the flu, and it took me out for like a week.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I'm very grateful that I think the last time I got sick, really sick, was COVID. It's been a hot minute, but I just remembered unable to function for an entire week straight, which is not doable. That's not sustainable in the long term.
Yeah, with this thing, I was perfectly fine. Then Monday morning, my throat was kind of itchy and kind of sore, and I was like, huh. Anyways, and so I went to work. And as the day went on, I had more and more bad things happening. Itchy sore throat, really bad cough. I couldn't even laugh. If I laugh, I go into a coughing fit. I had chills. I was constantly sweating at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And that was, I sweat easily, normally.
Sure.
And it doesn't help that going throughout my job, there's so many different temperature or different rooms of different temperature because everybody has their own thermostats and things like that.
Sure.
And then going in and out. So it's like my body's constantly trying to acclimate. But no matter what I did, I was both simultaneously freezing and sweating my balls off.
Yeah, that sounds like the flu. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. I had some body aches. I had headache. I had some chills. It was rough.
Wow.
It was very rough that day. It was to the point to where my boss took me home early. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Not really." He was like, "Do you want to go home?" And I was like, "I mean, we've only got a couple hours. I think it's too late. I already told them I'm taking you home."
Nice, yeah.
He also
who did they sacrifice to take you home?
Us, Anthony.
Oh, okay. So it's all right if he comes down with the sickness.
No, it's not. But and I was like, I could have just called a ride. I could have called an Uber.
Oh yeah, sacrifice the Uber driver. Exactly. They're expendable.
But he was like, I want an excuse to leave early, so.
That's I get it. I totally get it.
Tuesday, I was in bed all day. I was a little better, but it was mostly the chills and the sweats that were getting me. And like I did my temperature and everything, and I had like a low grade fever, but then after that first day it went away, but my body was definitely still fighting.
Oh my god.
Fighting demons. And it wasn't until yesterday, Friday, that I really felt okay. Because I went back to work on Wednesday. And I was like, okay, I think I'm good. I'm fine. And it was also the day before Christmas, so we weren't doing much anyways. But I knew it was bad because I was just working like on somebody's sink. And it was something super easy. I was just working on their disposal, something not too bad. I was under the sink trying to do some repairs or whatever.
Right.
And I was just like flooding the cabinet with sweat. It was so bad. Like I had to take off my glasses. I had to keep patting my face and everything. And I was like, yeah, this isn't my normal amount of sweat. This is still pretty bad.
What's always fascinated me about your ability to sweat is that I never see you drink as much water. I never see you intake as much water as you outflow. I don't know how you function. Are you like osmosising from the environment, or you're like Frozone, but for sweat?
Water.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
I drink a
Maybe
lot
I
of
take it back.
liquids, so
Yeah,
the
yeah.
water probably gets attracted from those. But
I
like
figure you're making it up somewhere, but like I
at
never
work,
remember. I have a water bottle with me literally all the time, and I know you made fun of me for carrying around one of my gallon jugs once.
Jacob does the same thing. So it's like I think Chris was doing that for a while too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I sweat a lot. I definitely don't intake enough water to like make up for it until I get a migraine for getting
Mm.
dehydrated. I'm like, God dang it! I'll pop some pills and then I'll just chug a lot of water.
Okay.
But lately I've been drinking more water actually, because I'm going back to trying to drink just sparkling water or
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
carbonated water.
Yeah.
And I found a brand that I really like, Liquid Death, not sponsored, but
Oh
should be.
yeah, I've heard of them.
Currently my favorite one because it scratches that itch of the soda of the
Yeah.
fizz. The
Ah,
way I
yeah.
explained it to Anthony was, it tastes like nothing, but it has the same amount of carbonation as a McDonald's Sprite, and so it tricks my brain to thinking I'm drinking actual soda.
Well, that's beautiful. I understand why they're so successful. It's not just the marketing. They
Not at
actually
all.
have
It's me.
a good brand.
But yeah, I drink a lot of liquids. Way too much, honestly.
Yeah, all right.
I should
Sure.
drink more water, but it's fine. But yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with this week. But it did allow me to get some cool things done. I've been started working
Okay.
on my chapter 2 of my comic.
Nice.
Last night I should have went to bed, but it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "Huh, I want to try to make an anime intro for my comic." So that's what I started working on. Using the
Okay.
game to create, downloading more mods, figuring out how to
Ah,
remove the HUD, trying to find things that I could record for the
right.
game, things like that. It's been a stressful but kind of fun experience. Um,
Machinimating is very fun. Involved.
oh
It's
yeah,
interesting because you're stuck with the tools that you have. Like you can't really make things. I guess modding I never really considered.
made things a lot more doable. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
A
interesting.
lot more fun and interesting and
Yeah.
accessible, for lack of a better word.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
which I don't know if you read my comic so far, but I'm gonna send it to
Yeah,
you so you
yeah. You
can
haven't sent it to me yet.
look at it.
Hell yeah.
Later, I'll show you what. Hold on, let me pull it up on my phone. One of the things I was working on was like I don't know, like a screen cap from like I did this. This is what I did last night. One of the things I did. Let's turn on the brightness. I made this little thing. I don't know how well you can see it. Uh, yeah, it's like a little
I
freeze
see a bunch of
frame of like,
people. Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And then they're like doing poses.
And looking at it, doesn't look like it would take that long. It looks very simple. But the
Okay.
process I had to go through was not fun. I mean, it
Ah,
was. It's fun making it because it's like I
yeah.
have a vision. And then it's like, I can figure out how to make it work.
Right.
But the time frame on doing it is ridiculous. It took me about an hour to
Mm.
make this image.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Because
incredible.
I have to go into the game, get the right characters, figure out what pose I want them to be in, go to a map that has a background that can be easily cut out.
Okay.
Get them in that pose, freeze the frame in camera mode, find the right angle I want to shoot at, take the picture,
Yeah.
take the screenshot, grab the screenshot, go online to get a PNG maker and
Right.
background remover, give them to crop that guy out, pull them out, bring him back to my program, stick them on there, get them in the right position, do a little editing if I need to, do the same thing with all 6 characters,
Yeah.
figure out what I want to do for the background, see what else I want to do with that. Uh, it's fun. I love being
Yeah.
creative. I love
The
creating
45-step
things,
process to do it. That's
and
amazing.
it feels like it should be something that's like oh, cool,
Yeah.
but it's not. And I think that's the beauty of art is it's such a long process, but you don't ever see the process. You just see the final
Right.
results.
Yeah. So I
Um,
know some games have like green screen levels. I think Tekken does, maybe.
That's a good
And I know a
idea.
lot of MMOs will they have like a green screen section designed to take photos in game.
I didn't even think about that. I've just
Yeah,
been using the game itself and whatever it gives me.
sure. Yeah, yeah,
Well, I might have to play with that later then.
yeah. Maybe so.
But
Well,
yeah,
your sickness was not brought on by you,
I
luckily.
don't, not that I know of.
Yeah, unless you caught it from somebody.
Something's
Mine
been
was
going around.
I'm very glad that I've avoided that, but I sound like death because we went out and partied last night in celebration. I don't know if that's the right word. With a
Mm-hmm.
longtime friend of the podcast, Chris Martin, not a
Mm-hmm.
doctor yet, getting there.
Almost there.
Is he's back in town. He's moved up to New Mexico for work, and he got brought back into town for the holidays. And so we went
Oh,
out and had a bit of a celebration last Friday, and he's leaving in 2 days, so we went out again yesterday, which is also Friday.
party time.
And yeah, I have okay. I guess let me ask you this question: have you ever smoked a cigar before?
I've not. I've
Have you ever
only.
felt the desire to smoke a cigar before?
No, I don't like inhaling things. I don't
Well,
like having coughing fits either.
that's actually the beauty of cigars is you don't inhale. There's
You
no
don't?
lung action. If there's lung action involved, you messed up. And unfortunately, that happened to me and Chris yesterday. But that's because I'm bad at it, and I think he's out of practice, and he lost focus for a second and ended up. Uh, he had a
Breathing it
bad
in.
into the night. I had a very bad into the night, but I'll get back to that, right?
Hmm.
Because we went to this nice little underground, like a speakeasy sort of thing, just to get some drinks, and I got some nice food in there. It was pretty cool. But we found out that last time we were in there, they were building a cigar lounge.
Oh.
When we went this time, they had finished the cigar lounge, and half of our group liked cigars. The other half, me included, was like, I've never smoked a cigar. I've kind of wanted to in the past. You
Hmm.
know, they kind of look cool. They're like the big fat stogie kind of things, and you see gangsters smoke them, and it's like pretty sick.
Hmm.
And they were like, "Is the cigar lounge open?" And it was like a little reservation period. And so we signed up for the reservation period, and we got to be the last group to go in there.
Nice.
And they kind of walked us through the process. Those of us that hadn't done it, they walked us through the process of how to smoke a cigar and like what sort of the experience is about. I think that was also my first time trying nicotine because I've never
Mm.
really done nicotine before. Um, Not all I thought it would be. I don't know if I was doing. There's a lot of reasons why. I don't know if I was doing it right. I don't know if the dose on my particular cigar was very high. I had also been drinking before, so I don't know if that was influencing it. And I was drinking during because I got a little. I got an Irish coffee because I figured at some point I was going to mess up and inhale the smoke.
Hmm.
And really, sort of what you're supposed to do with cigars is you're supposed to take the smoke into your mouth and then it kind of goes just here, and then you just exhale it out. So there's no lung action involved. They kept telling me, well, I guess there's a couple of ways to do it, where you breathe it in and then you can exhale it through your nose, or you could just exhale it straight back out your mouth. I kept messing it up, and I kept exhaling it out of my nose, and so it burns. It burns a lot,
Oh yeah.
but it's kind of that pleasant burn that I think a lot of people associate with like drinking whiskey. I don't particularly
Mm.
like that burn that whiskey brings.
I can tell you this: any alcohol burn is no good. Is not good for
You're
me.
not a fan? Yeah, I'm a big fan of the smoother drinks. I don't
I
really like
can't.
that burn.
You like the smoother drinks now?
What do you
Because the
mean?
John that I knew, he was just down in anything he could, and
No,
he would
no,
drink it
no.
with no kind of chaser. Do you know how
That's
much
not
alcohol
true at
you had me
all.
drink with you, and I was dying, and you were like, "Just put hair on your chest, man up."
That I did not. You are remodeling
That's
history.
pretty much what
Not
happened.
true at all. Not
John,
true
do
at
you
all.
not remember the Aviator gin?
That
It was like
gin doesn't count.
55%.
Gin doesn't count, and we mixed that with stuff.
Did we? I don't remember actually.
I,
I
I,
just
I
remember
the
taking
the
a lot of
times
it
that I have
straight.
taken plain shots
Hmm.
are so rare, especially of stuff like that. The
I
last
don't
time that
know.
I had shots here, I had a pixie stick. which is I don't even know what was in it, but it tasted like a pixie stick, and it was delicious. And they're like, "It's a shot. Stop sipping it." And I went, "This is delicious. Why would I not want to sip this?"
That was me when I had the Sour Patch.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what. Yeah, that's
Are
my
you
kind of
sure?
drink.
Dude, I look so massive right now. Look at this. I could be a bouncer.
You could be a bouncer outside of the, you know,
I mean, I look
stature.
intimidating. Stature.
You need a
Stature?
box. You need a box, or maybe a podium.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. had lifts, so like,
True. Very true.
but I think the only time I remember now, like, actively remember you just drinking straight alcohol for sure, was
Yeah.
the day that your computer shit itself.
Yes. I
But
still remember that. That was the last time that I think actually drank to like I think that's the one and only time in my life I've gone, I don't want to think about this right now and I can't stop. I'm gonna
that's
try
when
alcohol.
John was
And
like, "I'll be an alcoholic today."
immediately vomited in the toilet. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
very unpleasant one. And unfortunately, that was what happened at the end of the night last night. I
Oh
thought I was
no.
fine. I thought I was totally fine. See, it was explained that if you don't eat and then you smoke, you tend to get nauseous because of the amount of nicotine that you're consuming, especially new time nicotine people.
Oh.
And some people struggle with it. And I just didn't. I was like, this is fine. Maybe there's like, again, not enough nicotine in here, or the drinking beforehand, or the food, or maybe I just wasn't doing it right. You know, there were a lot of reasons, but I was like, I was totally fine. I mean, I drove back to the house and I was like, I'm fine. Like a 40-minute drive. Totally fine. Got back to the house and I was like, okay, it's been a minute since I've had anything to eat. I probably shouldn't eat anything before I go to bed, but I kind of feel like I need to because I was in like a weird funk when I got back to the house. So I had like an egg and a couple of muffins, and then immediately was like, "Oh, I've activated something," and then just like tried to go to bed and was like, this is like my stomach started hurting almost immediately. Started hurting, and I was just like lying there going, "How do I sleep? I can't sleep." And it was like this growing feeling of nausea and just bad. And so I like went to the toilet, like, like, okay, maybe it's just gonna come up. Like I just had to sit there for a minute and go, I'm really bad. I've always been bad at vomiting. I just don't know what
Mhm.
it is about me. I can't do it.
It's just not
I'm
fun.
I know I'm not good at it is the problem. And I was like, how do people I was like, I knew I had to get it out. Whatever I had consumed, and I don't know. I was like, my body won't do it naturally. So I have I feel I have mixed emotions on what I did last night, but I think I figured out how people force. Well, yeah, I figured out how people force themselves to vomit because I did. I found out what button in the back of my throat I got to press to
Is not
purge.
your uvula? You have to do something else?
It's weirdly it was lower. I didn't. Well, I didn't. Maybe it was, but like I went down, like sort
Oh,
of deep into the back.
got
Because,
it.
like,
So
nothing
instead
no,
of just
nothing was
like
happening up there.
instead of just tickling it and be like, "Oh, my body's gonna react to that," your body said, "Oh, there's something in there inside my throat I don't want."
Yeah, yeah. It was, it's a very foreign it was a very foreign feeling.
Mhm.
There's a, I don't know if I was, like, touching I don't know what I was touching in there, but it was like a button, and I could push the button, and my entire body went, "Broop," and then I pushed it
Then
again, and it went, "Broop."
it's like back there you have like your uvula hanging, and then you have like your tonsils on the back
Yeah.
area. I wonder if maybe it was your tonsils or maybe just the back of your tongue. To be honest,
It could
I
have
don't
been just a
know.
really deep part of the tongue. It was not pleasant, but I did get it out of there, and then I actually
Mhm.
got to sleep. But man, my throat was so sore all night. Like I was just like lying in bed, and every time I would like wake up and go, "Ugh," woke up with the driest mouth of my life. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was not pleasant, and I feel a little bit. I feel a little bulimic after that. I don't want to take valor or like what do you call it?
John,
False.
you can't do that.
I don't want
You
to
did
false
it
flag
you,
myself,
just
but
one time.
I know, I know. I was like,
Does not enable you to
well,
have an
see
eating
that
disorder.
exactly. The problem is, I can see why that's such a good tactic because I did get.
John, stop talking,
I
please.
got the enjoyment of eating the food and like the satiation that it gave me for the
Mm-hmm.
5 or so seconds that I was like, oh, thank goodness, I actually feel okay. And then started going, oh, I don't feel okay anymore. What is going on? Oh, God, I need to get this out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just this rocket ride of,
This is a great way to end 2025, by the way. John has an
I,
eating disorder.
I know, I just need to make a
That's the
promise
name of the.
right
That's gonna
now.
be the title, by the
I
way.
swear, I
Season
really,
finale. John has an eating disorder.
I developed an eating disorder. Yeah, I think I'm teetering on the edge. There were four of us last night, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Chris was giving me guff, but the other two that were in the group were like, they were telling me, everybody, you know what? All right, this is not just them. I've had like 5 people tell me that I've lost too much weight,
Uh-huh.
and it makes me it's infuriating because I'm not done yet, and they're like, "You're done.
What do you mean you're
Stop."
not done? You don't need to
I'm
lose more
not
weight.
done. I have like
Start
10
bulking
more.
up.
I have like 10 more pounds to
If
lose.
you lose any more weight, you're gonna disappear, John.
That's what people keep telling me, and I'm like, you don't understand. Not everybody has gone through this process, so they don't know what the end result really looks like. They have
Mm-hmm.
like an idea in their head, but
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen. As long as you don't look sickly or feel
that's
sickly, it's
that is
okay.
it's a body feeling. If
As
I
long
start
as
to
you don't end up
yeah,
looking like Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande after Wicked.
that is again a great comparison. I am very much going off of if I'm physically healthy and I'm still able to continue doing what I need to do and I don't have problems and I'm still able to eat what I want, I could continue to lose weight and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a little bit colder than everybody else. That's not a problem. I have clothing. I'm buying clothing that helps me stay warmer. It's a
I mean,
fine thing.
yeah, I
So
guess
yeah,
that's
PSA
fair.
to everybody out there, I will tell you when I'm done. Not a moment before.
John said, "Not on my watch."
Ugh.
Excuse me. That was gross.
You did have a coughing fit.
I told you. That's what I've been dealing with for like the last. It's bad because like usually whenever I get like throat sick, it's like
Yeah.
the whole thing is like really tight or like closing up almost. If I try
Oh
to
yeah.
swallow anything, it just feels like somebody took glass and shoved it down my throat. Um,
Uh-huh. It's very I hate being sick.
it's awful. But this time it was only on the breathing side. And
Oh.
so, and I heard one of my residents talking about a respiratory. Their grandkid has respiratory infection. I think I had a
Oh.
respiratory infection before, or like he got sick right before he left to go home. And he was sick like the first like week he was up there with the respiratory infection from the
Oh my
kids.
gosh.
And I was like, I swear to God, if Jacob got me sick, I'm gonna beat his ass. But his sickness wasn't the same as my sickness, so that's cool, I guess.
Oh.
Um, and I was like, oh, this is probably that new virus going around. I think it's adenovirus. Adenovirus, it's a respiratory
Ooh.
thing.
Sure.
Um, and people are calling it the throat flu, I think. And so I was like, if that's what I have, I'm gonna be so mad because how did I get it? All I did was stay in my room and go to work. Are you kidding me?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, yeah, but
Um,
your work is where a lot of people are.
yeah,
It's
and
like going
like,
to work in a school.
yeah, but like everybody stays there though. They don't like
Oh.
go home and bring something back.
Yeah.
That's where they live. I do know one of my roommates was sick though, and then her boyfriend was also sick, or like he had like bronchitis or some other thing going on. So I don't know
Yeah.
if maybe I maybe got a little something from them too, but I have no idea where it came from. I haven't found the source, but we're over it, so it's fine. Um, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So the coughing fit was only bad whenever I coughed because it would just be, the breathing side, the lung side, but it would
Right.
just be in the throat where the pain was. But my coughing fits became so bad that there was one day, again, I couldn't laugh because if I laughed, I would go into a horrendous coughing fit.
Uh-huh.
And one day, I think it was Thursday, um, I was texting Chanel about something. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the text real quick. But I was texting, me and her were texting, and I had made a joke, and I don't know if I heard her laugh or I just imagined her laughing.
Yeah.
Um, what's it called? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Something happened, and I just had a really bad coughing fit, and I coughed so hard that I got a headache.
Whoa.
And it wasn't like the usual headache where it's like, oh, there's like a throbbing pain or like a band around my head. I coughed
Yeah.
so hard that I physically felt like all this right here just get
Oh.
pressurized. And I was like, you
Huh.
gotta be joking me right now.
That must have been like a phlegm backup, and then you like pushed some air up into your
Had
brain.
to be, dude. It was a lot of bad pressure. But the worst part about that whole experience is all of this from front
Uh-huh.
to back is so sore from
Oh
how much I was
God.
coughing. And like,
Wow.
you ever laugh so hard that it hurts?
Sure. Yeah.
It felt like that, but worse because it was from coughing that I couldn't stop coughing. Uh, and so now if I laugh
Ugh.
or I cough, it's just like, and it's gotten away a lot more today, but like yesterday and Thursday was the worst of it
Right.
because it was like I can't do nothing. If I look at anything funny, I'm just gonna die. If I
Oh yeah.
can, nobody talk to me, I swear. If you make me laugh, I'm gonna hit all of you. Um, being sick
That is
sucks,
a
but
miserable
dude,
sickness. Yeah.
oh yeah.
There's some sicknesses that aren't bad though, like that are weirdly pleasant. I
Mm-hmm.
think fever ones are they're not too bad. Not that like if you can find if you can get a nice fever where you don't sweat too much, but you're just kind of stuck in bed. There's something nice about that, just lying there shivering.
I completely disagree with you.
You don't like the shivering disease?
I hate sweating when I sleep or in bed,
Sure.
and I hate having chills.
Oh, okay.
Especially because I operate very hot. As you know, I sweat very
Sure.
easily.
Sure.
So for me to be, I call myself a portable heater because I'm always literally like, I'll be cuddled up with Chris and then we'll have to take a break because I'm overheating us both.
Yeah.
Or there was a day, me and Anthony were working on something. We were working on a sink, and he was holding up the sink underneath, and I needed to screw something in, and so I had to lay down and lay next to him, and I
Right.
started screwing something in. He goes, "Why are you so hot?" And I was like, I told you. Why do you think I sweat so easily? It's not a
Yep.
joke.
Yep.
I'm literally a furnace. So
I
to
don't
be
know why some people are like predisposed to that because my little brother is the exact same way.
Mhm.
He just
I don't
has like
know.
I don't know, he's like got fire in his veins the entire time.
It's
He's like
also
walking around
for
in shorts and a t-shirt, and the rest of us are bundled up.
at the same time it's hilarious because I run hot. I'm a furnace, whatever, but my
Yeah.
hands and feet are almost always cold if it's cold in the
Mm.
room.
Yeah.
And so once again, if I'm caught up with Chris, not John's Chris, this is my Chris, by the
Sure.
way.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever I'm caught up with Chris, um, we'll just be cuddled, and then like my hands will be cold, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, or my feet will be cold, and like our legs will be like this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm stealing your warmth,
That's
and he'll just be like,
crazy.
oh my god, and I'm like, sorry, listen, I I can only stay so warm, I guess. And he'll be like, why are you so cold? I'm like, I'm not. I don't know
Yeah.
why my hands and feet are cold. I might be anemic. Who knows?
Could be
But
anemic. Could be poor circulation. Who knows?
could be both, honestly. With the way
That's
that I'm built and my
mhm.
family history, yeah. But it's so odd to be so hot yet so
Mm.
cold. So for
Yeah.
me to always be a hot person to just feel like I can't get hot enough underneath. I was underneath my normal comforter
Right.
as well as my I think it's a 20-pound weighted blanket,
Whoa. Okay.
and
Cool.
I was still freezing.
Really.
If
Do you have
that
like
puts any
fans
perspective
on and
into it.
stuff, or you just turn everything off?
I mean, sometimes I did, but like it got to a point like those first 2 nights that I turned off
Yeah.
my fan.
Oh yeah.
I even contemplated closing my air vent too because I'm right
Mm.
next to the AC, so I'm gonna
Right.
get the hottest or coldest depending on what's on. And like originally we had the heat on because it was cold outside, but for
Right.
some reason Texas decided it's gonna be 80 degrees again, so
That
we
was a
put the AC
crazy
back
decision.
on.
Yeah.
Um, and so that probably didn't help how cold I was either,
Ah,
because
yeah.
we left it at 70, but I put it up to 72 because I was like, I can't keep doing this. Um,
My goodness.
so it was just a bad all around.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
hold
how
on,
was your Christmas? Well, I
I
guess it's
spent
been a
it
couple of
sick.
days. Oh, yeah, I guess you were sick. Did y'all do anything like you sent me a picture of your Thanksgiving dinner. That thing looked bomb.
Yeah, honestly, the holidays this year, the Thanksgiving was great.
Yeah.
Christmas, I have no
It's kind of
Christmas
a
cheer, no
chill vibe.
festive. I didn't even wrap any presents or anything. I just gave people their gifts.
Nice. Yeah.
Um, it just, I just wasn't in it this year. And it wasn't like a, oh, bah humbug kind of day. It was just like, it just doesn't feel very Christmas right now. But also,
Feel
I
that.
just don't. I have holiday blues, and so the holiday blues were
Ah,
real bad. Didn't help that I was getting sick either.
yeah. Yeah.
And then I was supposed to have some family come up and visit. I was supposed to have my siblings and my grandparents.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But something happened with my grandparents, so they weren't able to come, which I found out the same day that I told my brother that I probably am going to have to say, or I have to take not rain check, but just be like, hey,
Oh, yeah.
probably can't because I'm sick.
Yeah. For the
So ended
betterment of the
up
family.
not hanging out with any family. My brother still wanted to come up, and he goes, "But you're still sick."
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I would not recommend it." But my grandpa's birthday is on Christmas. And
Oh,
so I
cool.
called him for his birthday and we chatted for like 30 minutes,
Nice.
which me and my grandpa, we're cool like that. But we also just don't talk to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. And so it was nice to talk to him. And I was like, dang, maybe I do miss my family.
Yeah, family's fun, but they also are the reason that I had to move 4 beds yesterday.
Yuck.
That was, I I don't know if I've explained how I try and book myself, but I try and, schedule in times of nothingness
Yeah,
to decompress,
that's so real.
and, yesterday, we this has been on the books for a while, where my grandmother was gonna get a new bed, because she's sort of been hospitalized quite a bit in the last year, really.
So I've
Um,
heard.
yeah, she spent basically all of November in the hospital. But at the end of it all, she wanted to get one of the beds closer to like what they have there, like the kind that can like sort of raise, like raise the feet, raise the head, kind of go like different angles and all that stuff, like a mechanized bed, right? And they got it ordered, and it was supposed to come in yesterday, and they gave us a little delivery window, right, like 11:30 to 3 p.m. But the plan was set forth like this. Okay, there are 3 beds currently in this house. There's my bed, there's the bed in the other guest room, and then there is my grandmother's bed, which is, like, in the master bedroom. The plan as it was explained to me is that my mattress is going away. The old mattress, get it out of here. The frame was going into another room, was going into the other guest room. The frame in the guest room was going into my grandmother's room, and my grandmother's frame was coming into my room.
Got it. So one big switcheroo.
Yes. But minus one mattress that was coming via the delivery people who were going to install it. So we didn't need to worry about that.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I I see her sleep in that bed all the time, and I'm like, that's such a big bed. She's like, her feet don't even get to the end of that thing. I kind of didn't realize that, in hindsight, yeah, I should have just looked at the bed and gone, well, I'm a foot taller than she is. She fits the bed, which means that my
Oh
feet are
no.
going to stick out over the end of the bed.
Okay.
So, so we bring in some family friends to help my cousin and I. We do a different bed. We do the bed in the guest room. We disassemble it, take it in there. Our workier squad that we brought in disassembled my bed and took it into the other room and reassembled it. And then my cousin and I took my grandmother's bed and put it into my room. And that point, we realized at around 2.5 hours into the process, at that point, we had the bed fully assembled. And I was like, I should lay in this thing and see what it feels like. And I lay in the bed and my feet are sticking out over the end. And we're like,
Your
this
cartoon
is,
character for real.
this is not so good. Uh, And so it's like, maybe I could just lay diagonally on this bed, and that's just how I'll sleep. Is the
That's
bed will
what
be
Jacob
diagonal.
does.
That yeah, and I considered that for about a minute because the alternative to that was disassemble the bed that we just put together, move it out, go to the other room that we had brought in people to help with, and disassemble my old bed and bring
And
it
bring it
back
back.
into my room, reassemble it, and then put the new mattress on that one.
Hmm.
And decided that it was better to just do that than to sleep diagonally on the bed. So we spent another hour
Dang.
disassembling the bed that we had brought. We undid other people's work, moved my bed back into my room. Well, keep in mind, in order to get this thing out of here, I had to move my own stuff out of the way, right? Like I have, well, some of it was my little brother's, and so luckily we got that out of here, and now it's in like a storage shed. But I had to move like, I have like 60-pound weights, or rather the 30-pound weights that I'm not using yet, but I'm working up to. I have like a 50-pound squat barbell that I got like secondhand. There's, like, other stuff under the bed that I had to move. I had to move a bunch of, like, baskets and stuff that's not heavy, but just time-consuming and just stuff, right? So I move all this stuff out of the room, disassemble the bed, take the bed out, and then in the end, reassemble the bed and bring it right back into the room and move all of my stuff back into the room. And then we just put the mattress on top, and it's all hunky dory now.
So all you actually needed to do
Uh-huh.
was just to move switch your grandma's bed and the other room's bed.
That is correct. We should have only moved 2 beds. Instead, we moved 4, and there are only 3 beds.
That's so funny.
In the process, I
Oh
started working on it at like 9:30. We
my
finished,
gosh.
I think, at 2. When all was said and done. Granted, we were also
Hmm.
doing like laundry the entire time, moving stuff out to a storage shed to make room for other stuff, or not make room for other stuff, but just make room in general.
Hmm.
So it was like a little bit more of a process than just moving a bed, but there was a moment where me and my cousin were in the back room. We were disassembling the bed that the other people had just put together. We're like, it's a good thing we're so chill because I can see a world where I know people and I could see myself in this exact moment having an absolute freak out, having to go, I can't believe I'm disassembling this bed that they just assembled to move it back into my own room.
That's so funny, dude.
Like, who put this master plan together? We were just like going like, yeah, we'll move this bed, and this frame's newer, and this bed's newer. So I was just going like, I'm getting an upgrade. That's great. I guess I'll take the upgrade. I kind of liked my old bed, but honestly, having slept on this new bed for one night, I'm like, I dig this bed. I like this topper. And unironically, this topper, okay, I was basically princess in the peeing this last bed that I was on, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna go bottom to top here, right? Frame, right? Then the box spring, then the mattress, then a topper. Oh no, sorry. Back below that, right? There's like 2 sheets protecting the box spring, and then there's 2 more sheets protecting the mattress, and then there's the mattress topper, and then another sheet on top of the mattress topper. And then I had laid down my own pad on top of it that I had owned. I mean, you've probably seen it. It was on my old bed. Had that thing. I've had that thing. It's still over there. It's not on the bed anymore because I'm getting rid of it. I'm throwing it away. I'm like, it's old. Get it out of here. But I had that on top, and then oh no, sorry, a blanket underneath that, and then my mattress pad, and then a sheet, and then me. How many layers? That was like 15 layers.
Frame,
Yep,
box spring,
yep,
2 sheets,
yep.
mattress,
Uh-huh.
2 sheets,
Yeah.
uh, blanket
No, the
or
topper on top of
topper,
that. Mhm.
blanket,
Yep,
mattress pad,
yep,
sheets,
yep.
you.
And then me. Yeah, yeah. That was what this bed looked like.
I've got the frame, the mattress, and a
Yep.
top sheet.
That's how mine is now, and it's so much
Good
better.
God.
I think part of the problem that I was having with my old bed, or rather with the old setup at least, was I think my pad was old because like if I laid on certain parts, right, my tailbone would end up hurting in the middle of the night, or my hip would be digging into the bed, and I'd have to like rotate to a different position. I didn't have any problem with that at all yesterday, and for some reason, in hindsight, what I might have could have done is just removed the top 4 layers because the topper that's on here was a topper that was on the old bed.
Mhm.
It was just underneath like 5 layers, and I'd never even seen it before. And so it's like a brand new bed,
John,
except it's using part of my old bed and the new
it's
mattress.
basically brand new.
Yeah. So
Oh my
I'm living on
god.
a cloud right now.
I see.
But
That's hilarious.
that was the first half of my day yesterday. It
Mm.
was 9:30 to about 2 p.m. And then I went and had dinner with my dad, and then I went out on the town, and then
With the
ended up getting home at
boys.
like 2 a.m., vomited in the toilet, passed out. Now here I am. I've been going for the last, I don't know, 3 days straight, it feels like, without really
Disgusting.
stopping.
Well, I mean, what else is new in John's world?
And I don't know, I think I'm going out later today to eat more food. I think we're going to like Dos Salsas or something to celebrate Chris's last day,
Mhm.
and definitely not getting any drinks because he can't. He has a flight tomorrow, and I don't even know if I want to eat any food today, but I'm gonna go try.
Yeah, just don't throw it up afterwards.
That's gonna be the plan. It's gonna be good food for sure. It's not gonna be
Uh,
like a cold, hard-boiled egg that I pull out of the fridge at 2 in the morning.
fair enough.
Probably, I mean, maybe that was my problem. Maybe I just shouldn't have eaten anything because I felt fine at the end of the
Uh,
night. I
and then
was
you're
just
like, I'm
like,
kind of hungry.
yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night with
Rookie
stomach cramps.
mistake.
So I don't know. I also don't know if I really liked the cigar.
Hmm.
Or sorry, maybe the process of smoking a cigar. It just wasn't like it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. I mean, it's not the feeling that you maybe I should describe it like this, right? When you drink alcohol, at least for me, there's kind of a feeling that grows um it doesn't grow from anywhere for me it feels. It kind of goes straight to the bloodstream and then it's like my entire body is sort of, relaxed and just it's sort of a pleasanter feeling, right?
Hmm.
Weird way, not pleasanter than anything else, but it's like, yeah, sort of like a general body relaxation. Something like Delta 8 or quote unquote weed, that's sort of, at least for me, right? It's like a feeling that expands from the lungs if it's a smoke thing, or a feeling that kind of expands from the stomach if it's an edible, right? With the cigar, it's very hard to describe what it was. It felt more like when you inhale it, it's kind of like in your head for a sec, and then it kind of sinks down.
Hmm.
So it was still sort of a body experience, but starting from a very different point. And it wasn't anywhere near as powerful as anything else. As it was like a very, very mellow experience, which is why I think that maybe the cigar that I had was super low. They did say it was like a starter sort of one. And I mean, you know me, I'm used to jumping in the deep end with stuff that is
I
absolutely I
think
shouldn't be
maybe,
doing.
maybe, maybe it's good that you didn't with this one. I mean,
I
you
think
can't even handle the starter.
it would have been a lot nicer. But to be fair, I did get a little bit belligerent's not the right word, but
Mm.
two of the people like we know that Gavin hasn't been on the podcast, but Colton has. Colton and Gavin, they started playing chess. And of course, I'm not really good at chess. I explained to them my strategy for playing chess, which leads to me never getting invited to play chess again because we set up the entire board, right? And usually I'll pick which one goes first? Is it black or white? I think white goes first, right?
I have no idea.
That's yeah. I think let's assume white goes first, right? I always try and pick the black pieces so that I can do my tried and true, my only move, right? White plays a piece, and then I study the board for a second, and then I just go bam. And I run out of the room and I go, "Chess sucks. This game is the worst game ever."
Good. I can't stand you.
It makes me laugh every single time I do
You're a
it.
piece of, yeah, that's where you're invited, Justin. I can see why.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a
And
piece of work.
the whole time they were playing, they were getting really into it, right? Okay. I mean, you have to imagine this scene, right? Where there's like four of us in this sort of cigar lounge. And by this point I don't think there were anybody else. There was a small group behind us, but they were playing chess, right? They have the cigars, they've got like whiskey, old fashioned kind of things next to them, and they're playing chess. And I'm just sitting back there going, they are like speed running into, I don't know, 45-year-old pretension, just sitting there like smoking their cigars. And so the whole
They're just
time
having
I
a midlife
was,
crisis. It's fine.
yeah, it was a beautiful moment between the two of them that I was doing my best to ruin by doing really bad play by play and giving unsolicited advice. Going, well, what if you move your? I couldn't really even tell what the pieces were because it was a very unique board. And I was like,
Hmm.
what if you move your knight to like here and then you move your rook up there? You could like guard it. And he's like, that's a bishop. And I went, all
Rook.
right, well, I mean, the point still stands. Move the bishop there and then protect it with your rook. At the end of the night, it ended up being a draw, and I
You
was
never can go
cracking
back.
myself up.
Snap. That's funny.
So yeah, the moral of the story: don't let me play chess.
So this is actually, I have two things I need to talk about before
Okay.
we get off today.
Yeah.
Pick 'em, one or two.
Two. Two is better
Okay.
than one.
I got a Christmas gift from Anthony.
Oh, nice.
Let's just say chicken jockey.
I thought for a second I thought that was Keanu Reeves.
No, it's
Oh,
it's Minecraft Steve.
is it an
Flint and
actual? It looks
Steel.
like it's like it moves, like its legs. Oh
Yes.
gosh.
He doesn't have knees, so he sits like this.
Okay, sure.
I don't know where to put him yet, but I'm gonna put him up somewhere.
That's
But yeah,
madness.
and they even gave him like shirt wrinkles because he's a big boy.
Right?
They double caked him up. I don't know why he's so caked up though.
It's so flat back there.
Yeah,
I
but yeah,
probably so he could sit.
probably. But yeah, I'll put him over here.
Oh
Okay.
gracious! Did you
Well,
actually
that
see
was
the
the short
movie? I
thing.
still haven't seen the actual.
I haven't seen the movie
What? Why would he give you that if you haven't?
because John, you just don't get it. The girls that get it. The girls that don't.
Sure. Okay.
The other thing, this one might take a little bit of time.
All right.
Actually, I
time, you got
have
time.
two other things. I just remembered my other topic. I'll say that one real fast.
Uh-huh.
I was feeling very impulsive. You know how everybody wants to like make a big change going into the new year,
Sure.
or start something new, things like that.
Well, some of us
had,
do. Yeah.
I had convinced myself last night that for New Year's I was going to shave my head.
Oh, you're gonna commit to the bit.
At least for once, just to see what it looks like.
I can see that totally. Yeah.
But after I woke up today, I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, "Mm-mm." I'm still debating on it because like my thought process is
Yeah.
I shave my head, right,
Right.
and then I can just wear hats while the hair grows, so nobody notices that I shaved my head.
I mean, yeah. Or you just rock the bald.
Depending on how it looks, because obviously since this is like there's a lot of hair still around here. Once I shave it, it's going to be not the same color as the rest of my head because it hasn't been exposed to much sunlight or anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's always an adaptation period, but
And I'm
you're
probably not
lucky
going to
because
like,
you've got the beard. I
yeah.
think that you could sell the top of the head because you got the real estate.
Shut the
What is this
fuck-
analogy that I'm making?
I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Because like I don't plan on like full on like razor shaving. I was just gonna get clippers and just go down to the shortest one and just.
Okay. Yeah.
So like a really really low buzz cut.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to imagine total. There's got to be a term for it, but like no hair up there, right? That's got to
Bald.
be like a. Yeah. Sure. Sure. But like maintaining the perfect bald.
Mhm.
That's got to be like a pretty involved process. You've
Oh, yeah.
probably got to like lotion up there and wax it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a process involved. Gotta be.
Probably. I haven't looked into it. I guess I could ask Chris. He would know.
Is he bald?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have I never showed you Chris before?
I don't think so.
I'll show you after. I'll show you after. Because I don't need you guys finding out who he is. But
The people.
my last topic is the most sad topic I have today.
Oh, well, you do have some time before your bald decision. You got a couple more
Yeah.
days. Could
Yeah,
stew on
that's
it.
true. So you were talking about chess and you were talking about the rook. So in
Okay.
Dragon Age, the Veilguard, your character's nickname is Rook. So
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
they
Okay.
talk about you or like talk to you, they'll always call you Rook or whatever. But the sad thing is, the story of Callias Aldweir has come to a close
Because you finished the game
because
and
I
you're a
finished the
hero.
game. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Let me tell you something. It's been a long time since a story has had me so captivated
Really?
to the point to where, like we've talked about it so many times where I'm really good at picking up plot points
Sure.
and figuring out like plot twists that are going to happen.
Yeah.
The game, and could it be also because I spent the last 2 months playing it over like sparsely and like
Yeah.
really getting into the nitty gritty of all the side quests and everything,
Mm-hmm.
that the plot twist that hit, it floored me.
Really?
Because I didn't see it coming at all until the moment before it happened. So, this is your spoiler tag if you're ever gonna play the game. It's a great
Wait,
game.
I
I
don't
absolutely
get to-
recommend
I
it.
don't get to. I get spoiled. The other people get choices
Yeah.
out. You know I'm playing I'm playing
even
Origins
know-
right now.
Well, this is the Veilguard. This is
I
the
know,
end of
that's
the
like
series.
3. Yeah,
This is the
you're telling
last
me
game.
you're telling me the end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It's
when
fine.
I'm still on
You're not even
season
gonna
1.
remember it.
Yeah.
You don't even know the characters.
I got a mind like a steel trap, but
Sure
all
you
right,
do.
buddy. Spoil
Yeah.
it. I'm
So,
ready.
the beginning of the game, you start off with this mission with one of the characters from the previous game, and you're trying to stop another character from the previous game who's trying to open the Fade, which is
Right. A magical realm of pure magic and dreams.
essentially, but also like I refer to it as like almost like limbo as well.
Yeah.
Or like the
Is
in
it
between.
still piss colored?
It's more of like a neon green now,
Okay.
or like a lime green.
I've been hating going into the Fade in Origins because, ugh,
Yeah,
God, what an
a lot of
ugly
the story
world.
takes place in the Fade in this one. And I
Cool,
know
okay.
in Inquisition, your character's whole thing is trying to seal the Fade.
Oh, yeah.
And so what's it called? So you start off your mission with one of your mentor character, and then 2 companions. Y'all are trying to stop this guy from finishing his ritual, and you send your mentor because they're friends. The guy that you're trying to stop, they're friends. He goes to try to talk to him. He ends up getting stabbed by this magical dagger, and then we also get hurt because we're trying to save him. And then we end up drawing blood, and now there's a connection between us and the big bad. Well, the bad guy.
Right.
So, long story short, what happens is with that whole thing, the ritual fails, but the guy that we were stopping, he got sealed into the Fade, and 2 elven gods come out.
Okay, sure.
And because we drew blood through like blood magic stuff, we now have a connection with that guy.
I see.
And he's
Yeah.
secretly trying to help us through the whole thing. He's like the
Mm.
god of trickery and things like that. But the whole premise of the game is you're trying to stop these elven gods from destroying the world with blight and opening up the Fade again.
I see.
And it gets crazy because like I killed like 7 dragons in this game.
Right.
It's insane. But yeah, so fast forward to the end. Something happens where we switch places with the guy that's sealed in the Fade.
Okay.
And that prison that's in there is meant to hold gods, and none of the gods have ever escaped before. So he was like, "I'm sorry, I had to do this," because he's like, "I had to fix my mistakes or whatever, and it was at the cost of your life." And so we get sealed in there after one of our companions dies. Like, no matter what you do, one of your companions is gonna die.
Okay.
another companion we think is dead, and another one has gone missing and got captured by one of the gods. And so we
Sure.
think they're dead too. So we're kind of coming to terms with people who passed away. And the Fade, like they're talking to us in the Fade, but like we're just talking like statues of them.
Yeah.
And like coming to terms with our choices are what caused them to die. So the
Oh,
first
yeah.
one is the one that we for sure know died
Yeah.
because we saw them die. The second one is the one that we think is dead, that got kidnapped or like taken, and we think they're dead. And our mentor has been talking to us this whole time. By the way, our mentor has been with us this entire game as well because our
Nice.
the headquarters, the HQ is in the Fade. It's called the Lighthouse. It's whatever, and he spends the entire game resting up in like the infirmary area, and like
Yeah.
he'll pop out every now and again to come talk to like witness us having our team meetings, and then
Nice.
he'll say his little two piece or whatever, and he'll be like, "I'm getting tired again. I'm gonna go back and rest." And so when we're trapped in the Fade, we're going through whatever. We hear Varric. His name is Varric. We hear Varric talking to us, and he's like the one who's guiding us to make amends with us being the reason why our friends are dead.
Oh,
So we go to talk to the second one and go through that, and then he goes, "Okay, now what about me?"
okay.
And I was like, "What does he mean? What about me? Is Varric dead?" No, there's no way Varric's dead. What do you mean Varric's dead? We pulled him. We pulled him out. We
Yeah.
We pulled him out. What do you mean he's dead? And it didn't dawn on me until that very moment that he would never leave the lighthouse because he was always tired. He was
Right.
always in recovery. And I don't think anybody else ever interacted with him. It was
What, so
only
he what, he was what,
us.
like a ghost in your own head?
I essentially, yeah.
Wow.
It didn't dawn on me until that point that, and anytime anybody ever talked about Varric, they would always reminisce.
Oh, okay.
And so what
Interesting.
happens is, it basically pulls up the door where his body where he would have been resting, and so
Yeah.
you walk through, and as you walk through, the Fade recreates the scene from the very beginning of the game where you guys try to stop that first guy, where he ends up
Right.
getting stabbed with the dagger, and you
Oh, and
walk up
that
on
kills him.
his walk up on his dead body,
Whoa.
and we finally realize he's been dead this whole time.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
And we have basically not accepted that.
Yeah.
And so now that we've realized it and we accepted it, we can finally let him go.
Hmm.
So he's no longer with us. But there's also some magic trickery that happened with that because the guy that we had that mental connection with, he
Sure.
also manipulated our memory or like used magic to manipulate us to see Varric there the whole time. And he was like, if I didn't do that, there's no way you would have trusted me because you would have realized I killed him.
Oh, I see. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, mother. I was so mad.
That is a good
Uh,
betrayal. I dig that.
it was fantastic. And so with a lot of Dragon Age games, once you get to like the final quest, you can't go back to the overworld or anything. You're stuck playing
Sure.
that quest to
Yeah.
the end of the game. And so I was like, well, if I can't go back, I need to just get everything done that I can. So I 100% at everything.
Oh my gosh.
So I basically got the best version of everything that could have happened.
Okay.
Thankfully, because all my factions were up, all my companions have the highest like level that they could have. They
Yeah.
were all heroes and everything. And so thank God, because if I lost anybody else, I would have cried. I'm so serious. Uh and so after you defeat the elven gods, you're dealing with a guy again, and you're like, we have what you have three choices.
Yeah.
If you don't do all the side quests, or like specific side quests, there's only two. There's, okay, let's do it your way, which is you give him a fake dagger, it explodes on him, and you basically throw him into the Fade and seal him in there. The other one is, no, I'm gonna fight you. You beat him up, and then you get him really weak, and then you throw him into the Fade and seal him up.
All right.
Um, the third option, which is my favorite option, and I feel like the best one, for the story, which
Sure.
I should have beat his ass. Let me tell you that. I should have beat his
Okay.
ass.
Yeah,
But
sure.
because I 100%ed everything, I got the third option, which was talking to him and convincing
Ah.
him to to sacrifice himself essentially, which you do. Like you try to convince him, and he goes, "I'm sorry, I can't." And then the Inquisitor from the last game, who if you play that game and then you basically can port that character into this game because they
Sick.
show up a couple of times. That person shows up and they're like, "Hey, come on, like I know you. This is
Yeah.
you can do the right thing. Like don't be that guy. You've already messed up enough,
Mm.
right?" And then he was like, "You're right, but I'm sorry. I just can't do it." And then his old one of our other companions who's also not companions, one of our friends who's from the last game and
Yeah.
then like has the essence of an old god who he'd befriended a long time ago and he had got her killed. And then also she came back and then he stole her life force to get stronger. She shows up and she's like, "Yeah, you made a lot of mistakes, so you need to do what's right, dude. I know you have a lot of this guilt on your conscience, but you're no longer in service to me." And then she fades away. And then he finally decides, "You're right. I have to atone for my sins. I will seal myself I will bind myself to the fade as my atonement." And then he goes away.
Oh, okay.
Uh, and it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I want to play it again. But I'm also like, I don't want to play it again because I've already done everything.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I want to play it again is because there's a lot of things had two different options, and I just want to do the opposite to see how much different the story is going to be.
Oh, sure.
But
Yeah.
most of those are just for like character development more
Yeah.
than anything, unfortunately.
Have you played the other ones in the franchise?
I've played, I think it was Dragon Age Origins. I never beat that one though, but that's what introduced me to Dragon Age the series.
Yeah.
And then I got Inquisition. I haven't beat Inquisition either, but I need to go back and finish that one, especially now that I know what happens after the fact.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm very sad that it's over, and I have this giant hole in my heart because I have nothing to look forward to anymore because I completed the game, and it makes me sad because my one of the companion you can romance companion characters in the game. So one of the people that I romanced, or the person that I romanced, he's a Grey Warden and he's like big tough guy, uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
very all about all work no play. And then over his side quest, he goes the soft side,
Hmm.
and is like he has a little griffin. This is the first time we get griffins in the series too.
Okay.
But he grows a soft side, and instead of being like a hard ass for this griffin, he basically becomes its dad.
Oh, I
Uh,
see. Yeah.
and I was like, I love my griffin dad, or I love my griffin dad and son, and we're gonna live happily ever after. I was sad that there wasn't like an after credit scene that showed like us having our happy ending or anything.
Yeah.
But like towards the end, between the first half of the final quest, um we have this conversation, or before the final quest we have this conversation, and we're like, uh we're gonna promise each other we're gonna make it through.
Yeah.
So we did. So the character that dies, that like is scripted to die, is either one of your very first companions or the
Okay.
person that I romanced.
Whoa.
And I like that first companion a lot. They were one of my other favorite people. So I was like, "You've got to be kidding me! Are you serious?" So I either have to get rid of my first crush or my true love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unfortunately, R.I.P. Lace Harding. I love you, girl. You really did that thing. She saved us all.
Yeah. How much of like BioWare's games have you played?
I think just
Gameography.
this Dragon Age.
You
I've
might
never played
enjoy.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, you might enjoy Mass Effect. I haven't played all of that, but
Mm-hmm.
I played the first two and half of the third one, and it's very similar. Like there are missions where your characters like I think well, I don't want to spoil anything, but there are definitely like missions where your characters die. And
Yeah. See, and I can't deal with that.
they've
I
been
can't
some
deal
of the
with
most
that.
beautiful scenes I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like my favorite character was this doctor, and he was like this really like sort of quirky eccentric dude that just annoyed everybody around him all the time, and like he just annoyed you. But then the sacrifice that he ends up trying to do, like I think you can stop him. I don't remember exactly how it went down, but for me he ended up sacrificing himself, and it was like I mean, I was like literally crying watching the scene go down because
Well,
you're
yeah.
like, come with me, we have to get to the ship or the whole thing is going to explode. And he's like, no, no, this is honestly my fault, and I'm gonna fix it right now.
Oh yeah, no,
And
they
then
did a
you're just
great
like,
job
well,
making
I have to
characters.
go, and you just like you actually are like forced to leave, and then everything
Yeah,
explodes, and it's like,
yeah.
oh my god. Well, I mean, I guess he does save everybody, but
But
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah, no, they did a
they're very
great
good at that.
job at
Hmm.
that. So obviously I have the character that I romance, Davrin, love him. But like
Yeah.
my favorite character is actually she's an elf named Balara. She's a
Mm.
historian.
Oh,
And
cool.
her whole kind of character arc was she's really good with artifacts. She wants to learn about the elven history because it's been lost of time and everything.
Yeah,
And so when these elven gods show up, it's like, oh, what the heck? And we learn
yeah.
a lot of lore of these elven gods and how they kind of shaped the world to what it is today, but in the
Ah,
worst
yeah.
way.
Okay.
Like to the point to where she's like, it's our people's fault that everybody's suffering so bad.
Ah, yeah.
And we're like, and like one of the things you can tell her is like, no, we are not our gods. This is not our fault. It's their fault, and we're gonna make them pay or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
But like her big character arc is her brother died while they were
Yeah.
doing some like on a mission together, and he suddenly pops back up, and
Okay.
she's like, was that him? There's no way. And so we kind of just chase him down, and he's being possessed by this entity that's trying to get a what's it called a physical body. And
Oh, sure.
so we talk to him like 2 or 3 times, and she tries to convince him like, hey, like this isn't you. Like
Right.
come on. And then after that last conversation before the final quest, he's like, no, this is something I have to do, you just don't get it, you don't understand. And then he leaves or whatever, and she's in such great turmoil about it because she's like, that's my brother, like this is
Yeah.
what we would do together, this is what I believe, like he was my everything, and I thought he was dead, and now he's back and he's just not himself. I just don't know if I could do what I have to do if he doesn't if he doesn't listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then she ends up finally resolving herself and saying, like, if we have to put him down, I can do that
Hmm.
because
Okay.
he's hurting our people, and
Yeah.
that's not okay. And it's like, Balara, oh, I love you so much. And what ends up
Yeah.
happening is he's doing a ritual for this entity, and he botches the ritual. And after the entity
Oh.
disappears, it's like he's like he had this mask on that was controlling him. He takes it off. He goes, "Oh, thank God! I knew it was a small chance, but I'm glad that it actually worked." And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, you're okay?" He goes, "Yeah." I guess he basically says that what you said to me kind of made me realize that this wasn't who I am. And it was all nice and heartwarming. The entity shows up and he kills him, or like he
Yeah.
mortally
Yeah.
wounds him,
Okay.
and we end up killing the entity and getting rid of him or whatever. And then she's holding on to her brother or whatever, and he goes, "Can you do me one last favor? Can you just stay with me this time?"
Oh, that is nice. Yeah.
Oh, oh, that hurts so much to watch. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
you lost your brother not once, but twice.
For real.
And this time you had to watch him leave.
There's
And
something to be said about those longer games. Like
yeah,
it's fun to get into, like a 15-hour game. They're like 60 to 100 ones that are just marathons. Like you said you did it over like 2 months. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
a
know. You just
hundred,
become
a
so connected to those
hundred and like
characters.
an 113 hours, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. That's like my
And
playthrough of The Witcher.
yeah, and that's
There's only
because
been a
I
couple of
also,
games where
thankfully, whenever it comes to
yeah.
RPGs, I do all the side quests. So
Yep.
like you
Yep.
really get invested in the characters. There were some that were like, oh, cool. What else is going on? Your
Yeah,
story's
yeah, for
cool,
sure.
but it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
The story's
Mhm.
cool, but you as a character suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then like there's a point where you have to make a decision, like your second big decision, because there's points in the game where you have to make decisions, and there's
Mm.
going to be consequences depending on what you
Right.
do, obviously.
Right.
And so there's two dragons that are attacking two separate towns, and you have to choose to
Oh.
defend one while the other one
Yeah.
gets destroyed. And so there's there's Minrathous, which is full of excuse me. Whoa. Minrathous, which is full of these it's a mage town full of very
Uh,
high capable wizards.
yeah.
Versus Treviso, which is like the slums.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, well, I have to save Treviso. How are they going to defend themselves against a dragon?
Right, right.
Well, Minrathous gets destroyed. Not like
Yeah,
destroyed beyond compare, but it gets absolutely annihilated.
sure.
And so whoever you don't save, they don't stay with the team for like several missions because they're trying to do some
Hmm.
trying to help their town or whatever. And so the character who I didn't save, whose town I didn't save, she was just big pissed at me the whole time.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, you know what, fair enough. And it was to the point, it was so compelling to where I was like, I have to do everything in my power to make this right by you. To do right by you, because this is absolutely, I'm so sorry. And like,
Yeah.
she does end up coming back and she does soften up a little bit, but she still is very like, um, and then like about halfway through the game she kind of finally softens up because you're helping her deal with her personal side quests.
Oh,
And so
sure.
then from there it's like, okay, cool. And she's like, and then you once you help her finish her mission, she's like, yeah, you've been in my corner this whole time, I'm sorry I didn't see you there before. And I was like, yes I am, and don't you forget it, I would never abandon you again, I'm sorry. And she's like, I know you had to make an impossible decision, and she basically forgives you. And I was like, ugh.
Okay.
And so there's another part where in the end game you choose
Yeah.
between that person and Balara to work on some magic awards. Whoever you choose, that's the one that
Oh.
gets kidnapped by the god. And
Oh,
so I
okay.
was like, I already did wrong by you. And these are like elven scripture, and you're an elf, Balara. So
Ah,
like,
yeah.
we'll just send Balara. And then she gets kidnapped. And I was
Amazing.
like, but it was also cool because she ended up coming back. She's like not possessed, but she's blighted
Hmm.
really bad.
Oh, yeah.
But she ends up basically saving the day. And she has like
Oh.
this whole character arc. Then she's basically like the elven god. He's like got us trapped. He's about to kill us or whatever. And she shows up, and he was like, "I've given you all this power, and you dare to fight me." And she's like, "You are not my god." And then
Oh.
she like has her big moment, and then she gets trapped or consumed for a bit.
Oh. It sounds like you made the right choice. Elf on
Yeah,
elf violence.
she exactly. That's another. I don't know if this is that might be too much spoiler, but I'm gonna say it anyways. In this game, we find out that elves are descendants of these elven gods, but elven gods were initially just spirits that took a physical form, and that's how the
Oh.
elves were created. The Dalish were
Okay.
created. But yeah, it's such a. I love lore, and I love when lore becomes relevant to a story.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
I'm very much a person who's like, I enjoy whenever a story is like, oh, we're gonna sprinkle this here because it'll
Hmm.
become relevant later. That's how I try to make my long-term stories.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it was very intentional about most things, but yes, it was a lot of fun. There's a character in there who's a necromancer. His name is Emmerich. He's a fan favorite of the community. At first, I
Really?
was like, he's all right. He's just like a very empathic necromancer. He's a little sweetheart. Nothing too crazy. Uh, but the reason why he's one of my top favorites is because he's a necromancer who fears death.
Okay, sure.
And it's like, how are you a necromancer, but you're afraid of dying?
Right. Oh,
And
okay.
so that
Mm.
was kind of like a character arc for him, and he wants to become a lich.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
that's his goal. But to become a lich, you have to die.
Ah. Yeah, that is the final
And
step.
so his big moment where you have to decide for him is he has a little companion buddy named Manfred, who's a spirit that lives in a skeleton. Um and he's a cute, he's an adorable little guy. I love Manfred so much. He ends up sacrificing himself to save us in his final battle for his side quest.
Right.
Um, and so you have to decide either he resurrects Manfred or he becomes a lich.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Uh, and because the route that I was doing for all of my characters was we're gonna go the more emotionally driven route, I had
Sure.
him save Manfred, and it was not the wrong decision. It was very nice. And Manfred at that point had started speaking cohesively, like cohesive words.
Yeah.
And then when he came back, he was speaking like full on sentences.
Oh,
He
wow. Okay.
also, because he was in the Fade and came back, can now use magic. And so now Emmerich biggest thing was obviously becoming a lich because he wanted to leave a legacy because he doesn't have a family or anything. So he
Yeah.
wanted to have a legacy somehow. But now he's got this undead student to be his legacy. And it's
There
really
you
cool.
go. Okay.
Yeah, I could talk about this game for hours, but we're well over time now, unless we want to
Well,
keep
yeah,
going.
yeah, we sure are. Well, I guess
Um,
any last words for the people in 2025? This is our last episode. The next
this
time
is
you
our
see
last
us
episode. I
will
hope you
be
guys have
2026.
enjoyed John Talks Slam thus far. Season 5 is going to start next year, and it's going to be banger. We're going to do, somehow we're going to do something even bigger and better. I don't know what we'll do differently, but we'll do
We're
something.
gonna have more guests. We're gonna have bigger topics,
Bigger
cooler
Mhm.
outfits.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
We might
It's gonna be
even
great.
branch out and do something more than just a podcast.
Maybe so. You never know. 2026. I'm looking at my calendar for this year, and it is pretty open. And I
Same
can't
here.
just work all the time.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
There we go.
Well,
all right. Well, I hope
guess
everybody has a great 2025, the rest of it.
And
And
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And make it a good 2026, everybody.
Do make good goals and stick by them. We believe in you.
I need a little flag. I want to wave a little flag.
Listen, motivational speech real quick. Me and this man right here, we didn't expect to be going this long. Hell, we didn't even expect to be making a podcast when we started John Talks to Lamb, or Lamballa John. This all started from us just being like, hey, let's make content together.
Yeah.
And now look at us.
Yeah.
About to be we're 4 seasons deep.
Yeah.
And still going strong.
Still going strong. We got another 15 in the tank at
Yes,
least.
sir. All right. Well, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. See you all next time.
We'll see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.